Alright, YouTubers and my tractor farm guys. Just cleaning my garage out right now, trying to convert from winter to spring. It's pretty nice outside. I can start to see some grass over there. It's about 45 out. They're talking mid-50s tomorrow and Monday. It's supposed to dip back down to the low to mid-40s again, but spring is right around the corner. I can feel it. So, but anyway, like I said, just cleaning my garage out and gonna take the cab off, take the blade off, the lower PTO shaft, take the quick hitch off. But I got to do a little work to my blower. It failed on me. I want to say probably the second to last storm of the year. It didn't snow a whole lot, but it was drifting really bad. And I do a private drive over here. That drive right there, there's two houses back behind mine that I take care of, and the one side of it drifted, so I had the blower out and was taking care of it, and it stopped blowing, and I knew I threw the chain because I threw the chain earlier in the year, and the chain isn't in the best of shape at all. It's shot. The rollers in it are cracking, and it just hasn't been taken care of. So I knew what had happened, so I brought it in and flipped it up and took it apart, got to looking at it, and I broke a inside link, if you will, I guess, or just a part of a connection on the roller chain, and I don't have any more links, and so I was kind of SOL at the time for finishing cleaning up that storm, so I had to get the blade out and do it then, and that was a pain in the butt. But what I had found was the larger sprocket for the chain drive is actually slid onto that shaft a little bit further, so it's closer towards the impeller housing than the smaller sprocket is. And what that's doing is my chain isn't, I guess, parallel, or the sprockets aren't sitting, I guess, square with each other, or parallel, if you will. So it's kind of eating the chain up a little bit faster than what it should, and I really can't get it adjusted properly when it's like that. So that's one of my things I have to do this spring to this thing. And as you can see, the underside is completely caked in grease and Lord only knows what underneath there. So it definitely made it interesting when I was trying to do it the first time. So yeah, my hands were black, completely black. It took quite a while to get all that nasty junk off my hands and stuff. So but yeah, I don't know if anybody follows Merc TR2 on YouTube or has seen any of his videos. He has a 1026R, I believe it is, and he has the 47 blower. He had a problem with his blower this year too, and broke a chain and everything. So, and I don't know if his issues were similar to mine or not, but I do know he broke a chain, and he's talking about doing a double sprocket and making it a larger chain. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with his and what changes he makes. I'd be interested in seeing what he does and possibly doing that. The only issue I can see is a larger sprocket. You know, I guess a larger chain would need a larger sprocket. So, and there's not really a whole lot of clearance on the top of this thing right here. You know, that's the top of the blower as it sits. There's the chute. So I don't know, maybe he's got some other plans in mind, but I'd be interested in seeing what he does and possibly putting at least a larger chain on here. A number 40 is pretty small for this machine, especially if you got it on a 1 series, or, you know, I've seen them on two series machines, but that's kind of small for a 2 series. So yeah, I guess the older 4100s, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what I'm dealing with this thing. And also, I didn't know it at the time, but I don't know how well you may be able to see that. My skid shoes aren't adjusted quite right. So it's actually starting to wear on this part of the blower right here. So, and if you look close enough, you can see it's kind of eating away at the nuts on the bolts for the cutting edge. So what I'm going to do is take the cutting edge off, replace the bolts, flip the cutting edge around so it has a nice brand new edge on it, and then adjust the shoes accordingly. I believe they have to be like a 1/4 inch or something along those lines. A 1/4 inch may be a little extreme, just below the edge of this cutting edge here, so you don't wear into your sides of your blower and wear the nuts down like this one has. So that's just another project this summer, spring, whenever. Also, what I'm planning on doing is mounting this little guy on the front of my tractor. I picked this thing up on Craigslist the other day for 60 bucks. I believe it came off a 170 or 180 hydro. It came with the lifting springs, or like the helping springs, miscellaneous brackets, came with a lift handle. So yeah, I'm gonna order another side for it, an extension I guess, to make it 54 inches, because right now I believe it's like 48. It sounds about right, because I think it's 42 overall. So yeah, it's not bad for 60 bucks. Clean it up a little bit and mount that on the front of the 585. My yard is really young yet. It's only a year old. It'll be a year old this summer. So I really don't have any thatch to pick up, but for 60 bucks I really couldn't pass it up, because these things are pushing 300 bucks by the time you add, by the time you make it 54 inches wide. So, and that's with the lifting and all that. But I'm gonna do the hydraulic lift on it, similar to what I've seen some of you guys do online. And yeah, so I'm gotta figure out a way to, I guess a good mounting and all that. So yeah, but I'm gonna go from there. I'm gonna take the cab off today, clean that tractor up a little bit. Had a little bit of bad luck a couple weeks ago and had a water line break in my garage. So you can see the broken pipe. So yeah, I don't have any water up my garage right now, but that's no problem. I got a bucket and hot water I can get it from in the house. So, but yeah, just a little update for the YouTube channel and stuff like that, and for some of you guys out there that kind of follow a little bit. Cab did great. The heater wasn't awful. It took the chill out. But thinking I want to do something a little bit different and get a little more heat to pump out of the old thing. Just so it's a little bit more comfortable in there. So, but I don't know if I've made a video or not, but you can kind of see how I mounted it there. Just an L bracket, and then used the front stud on that. I think it's like a little 3-inch piece of flat stock bolted to that. So yeah, that's what I got going on today. So if anybody has any suggestions about the blower itself, about this, I guess any ideas of why this larger sprocket would be slid closer to the impeller, I would appreciate any feedback on that. That would be awesome. Kind of was scratching my head on it when I noticed it, when I was putting it back, trying to put the chain back together the second time, when I realized I couldn't. So yeah, but thanks guys. See ya.